Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today is a planner video. We are all obsessed with these. I have a lot to show you as always, so I want to run through sort of my main planner systems with you, give you an update. I also am going to do a little bit of a Q&A off of Instagram. Maybe we should dive into that first, and then I'll flip the camera and do like a plan with me flip through of everything I have. So, all right, I'm going to try to run through these really quickly because I got a lot of questions. But there's a ton of overlap, so let's just power through these. First up, how do I make myself be a planner girl? I have 2 Louis Vuitton agendas and I still struggle. I feel that question. I totally get that. I know sometimes planning is hard to follow through on, and it's like something we're emotionally invested in. We want to be doing it and we know it's going to improve our lives, but then it's just kind of hard to like make yourself use it, especially in our digital age. So I get that. You might be a planner girl at heart, but you have a hard time like acting on it. And I also got a ton of questions. I'm going to lump a few questions together because I got questions like that. I got tips for keeping up with planning, what to do when you're burned out from planning, how to force yourself to plan. I got a ton of questions that I kind of would consider those all to be getting at the same thing, which is that something's not working in your system and you don't know what to do. And I've been there. I think all planners have been there. This can actually apply to anything in your life. Like if you're struggling to use something, I don't think you should force yourself. Like this is my Louis Vuitton medium agenda. It's so beautiful. I love it so much. But when I was trying to use it as an everyday planner, I couldn't get myself to do it. I would like try to force myself like these girls are asking. And I just couldn't get excited about it. And so when that happens, you kind of just need to ask yourself, just be curious, just be honest with yourself. Like, what's holding me back from planning? What's holding me back from using this beautiful planner? What's holding me back from using like a simple planner system? What is it? And if you just get curious and honest with yourself, you might surprise yourself to find what the roadblocks are in your planning. For me, with this, I felt so cramped in here. I just felt like I had no room. Like I felt claustrophobic because I like to write a lot. I'm a writer. I like to sprawl out my ideas. I have to get things off my head and onto paper. And once I finally kind of came clean with myself about that, I switched into planning in a binder and everything changed. My planner system has been true planner piece ever since then. So sometimes you just kind of have to, I didn't even notice that I felt cramped in here until I finally was like, wait, what's not working? And then I realized. So you might just have some kind of mental block like that. It might just be that you want something that you can open all the way, like have the whole thing lie flat. Like things like this sound little and kind of petty, but the truth is it impacts your planning so much. And it's the difference between like being excited to plan your day and follow through and procrastinating on it and making yourself feel bad about it and just being like an unpleasant cycle. So really think about it. Do I need to have a planner that opens all the way? Do I need to have a planner that has a ton of space for me to write and just get it all out? Whatever it is, just be honest with yourself, think it through, and there's going to be a solution. You can find planner peace, I promise. Okay, next, how do you get an agenda to work for you year round with everything that changes in your life? Another amazing question. You guys nailed it. And I'm so glad that got asked because another reason that this has been planner piece for me is I change my mind constantly, monthly. That's why I keep you guys updated with a flip through of my binder agenda every single month, because I don't think planners are meant to be the same. Like our lives are constantly changing. What we have going on is constantly changing, our demands. To stay organized, to stay on top of it, to stay motivated and inspired, I think you need to have an agenda that grows with you. So the nice thing about like this 3-ring binder style where you can change it out, or this, a legitimate full-size binder, is that you can put in whatever you want. I especially love this because I can just like whip up an insert or purchase an insert on Etsy, print it out myself, hole punch it and stick it in here within a matter of like 5 minutes. It's like instant gratification. And so, you know, because life changes that fast. If I suddenly get a new client and it's like I'm going to be managing, I don't know, some new account and I need a spreadsheet to track that, I can like get the spreadsheet, print it, hole punch it, have it in here within 5 minutes, and I'm like off and running, tracking my new client. Whereas in the past, I've had 3-ring planners. I used to use like the Erin Condren planner is really popular. This is just a journal, but I'm just saying. That is pre-printed. It has a page for every day already in it. It has the same format for the whole year. I don't find that that has a lot of room to grow. So I prefer a system where you have room to grow, even if it's something like this where you do have to like purchase inserts unless you have the means to make them yourself. It still gives you a lot more flexibility because you can look and find pre-made inserts that suit your interests. Like I have beauty inserts in here, like for tracking makeup and skincare and stuff like that. You know, you're not gonna find that in most pre-made bound planners. I have to see. Work-life balance, mapping out the order of your day, notating priorities, and personalizing it. Well, those are all topics that could all be their own video, and they're all topics that I'm going to cover in depth in my planning guide that's coming out. It's still in the works, you guys. Please bear with me. I have so much I want to like discuss in that. There's so much that I have a hard time showing in a video that I really think is going to be so much more powerful in the planning guide, so stay tuned, please. But yes, all of these things are so key. Work-life balance, for me, that means having a schedule that gives me enough time to work, but also gives me time to like exercise, prep healthy meals, unwind with my husband, go out for a girls' night, stuff like that. So I think it's all about designing your day, which is what planning really is. Designing your day, designing your life. Like when you put that thought in advance, things go so much more smoothly. Mapping out the order of your day, same thing. I have like a daily routine that I try to follow every day, or I just edit it slightly to kind of fit what I have going on that day. Do you still use the Louis Vuitton MM as a wallet? Yes, I do. I try to show this in every planner video, but I got a lot of questions like that, so maybe you guys are out of the loop. But yes, I use this as my wallet. I love it as my wallet. Like I was saying, you know, I had some resistance to using it as a planner, and that made me sad because it's so pretty. But ever since I switched to using it as a wallet, it's my pride and joy. So I love it so much. Let me go ahead and show you my spread. So those of you who know my system know every month I change this layout. And this month's layout is brought to you by you, because you were so sweet and sent me birthday presents. And I just adore everything. Like, look at this gorgeous dashboard. You know what else is funny? Everything you guys sent me matches with each other's little gifts. So we were all on the same page, and I love it all so much. But this dashboard is like everything I love because it's Louis Vuitton and it's Minnie Mouse with a little tiara and it's pink and it has my initials, and I just thought this was so special. So that's my dashboard for the month. And then it happened to go perfectly with these clips I got. These are from my friend Wendy. These are like a little snow globe of Disney. This one has my name. This one's like a decorative Mickey head that's pink. I just think these are so cute. And then I have my business cards and my driver's license. I won't do a whole flip through of this right now, but the rest of it is my wallet. Let me see what I can show you. There's so much, it's hard to like put your wallet on the internet. But I have these pages that have my cards in them, and then I have these pages that have my cash in them because I use a cash budget. Another thing that came up a lot is people were asking for more information on that. I follow the Dave Ramsey system. I'm not naturally gifted with budgeting and finances. I wish I was. I don't have a mathematically inclined brain. So I just follow his system. It's very simple, and I don't have a lot more to say about it because I just kind of do what he says. But I do have one budgeting video I can link below, and every single month I determine in advance like how much cash is going to go to which category. For me, being freelance, I do it kind of backwards, where I figure out how much money I need / want, and then I look at my funds and decide like how much I can pay myself for the month. Whereas most people, I think, probably would do it the other way, where you have a steady paycheck, you know I'm getting X amount of money every single month, then you can decide how to split that money up. So either way, very, very good system, especially if you're not budget minded like me. And I just put my cash in these envelopes and it works great. So yes, I love her. This is my beauty. I use her every single day as a wallet. I tried switching it for a little while. I don't know if you guys remember, and my life like fell apart. Like, I was so disorganized. This has, you know, receipts, notes, like information I need on the go, tickets, cards, cash, business cards, stickers, like anything I could possibly need, I have it with me. And that's how I like to be. I like to be over prepared. I'm a little bit of a Girl Scout that way. All right, let's see what else. Other people were asking about inserts for this, and I'm sadly just not a good source for that because I don't, like I said, I don't really use it as a planner. But everything I'm going to show you in here could easily be scaled down to be used in another agenda. So I hope it still gives you guys good ideas, but I just, like, for myself, for planner piece, I have to have this much space and this much flexibility. It's just something I've learned about myself, and I don't know, I'm sure other YouTubers would like keep buying inserts and stuff for an agenda they don't use to just have something to show you. But I just like to be honest and real with you guys, and the truth is, this is how I plan. Like, I don't see it changing for a while either. Like, that is my world. I love it. Okay, a few more questions I'm going to try and race through. Advice on remaining productive when working from home. You have to shut distractions out of your life. You have to be a ruthless distraction killer, and you have to get your phone out of the room sometimes. You have to, like, turn off your Wi-Fi sometimes. If you can go to a coffee shop, sometimes that really helps force you to kind of be productive so you don't start like mopping, which is what I did yesterday. But it's a struggle. I feel you. If you guys want a whole nother video on working from home, I know I've kind of skimmed the surface of that. I have a lot more topics we could discuss on that. Let's see. How do you stick to your schedule? Do you wake up at the same time every day? I do wake up at the same time every day, and I feel you guys so much on these questions. Like, I feel like we're the same people obsessing over the same things. Because I used to be really fixated on that, and I was like, if I sleep in the weekends, it like throws off my whole body schedule, and like all the work I did to get up early on the week is ruined, but on the other hand, I need to catch up. So for me, the happy middle ground now is that I get up at 7 a.m. every single day, and I'm finally trained to a point where it just happens on the weekends. I tried to force it with getting up at 6 a.m. for a long time, and it's doable, but it's like pulling teeth. It's so hard for me, whereas 7 a.m. is a little bit more doable. So if you do have the flexibility in your schedule to kind of work with your biological clock somewhat, that's what I finally compromised on doing. And for me, it's worth it to get up at the same time every day. And how do I stick to my schedule? I spent some time crafting a schedule that I love. And again, it's a gift to be able to make your own schedule. But even when I had like a 9-to-5 job, places and meetings every single day, I still did that, and like that meant fitting in a yoga class before work. It meant having a lunch date with Nate on my break if I could, things like that. You just kind of have to like work in what you love so that you wake up excited to do your daily routine instead of dreading your daily routine. Also, if you ever just hit that wall where you're so unmotivated, just think about like, if I don't do anything, then in an hour, everything I'm feeling right now is going to be even worse because then I'll be an hour behind. Whereas if I just power through right now, in an hour, I'll be done and I'll be so grateful. So usually thinking about like my future self really helps me stick to it when I need to. Stickers you use in shops. I honestly don't really use decorative stickers in my agenda anymore. I just don't make the time for it. I don't like spending a lot of money on my planning stuff. I used to just go nuts on Etsy, but the truth is, like, cute clips, cute dashboards, which I can make myself, those are worth it to me, whereas stickers, I don't, like, I wind up just hoarding my stickers and not wanting to waste them by using them, so I honestly don't use them that much. So sorry I'm not a good help on that. Oh, someone found this binder at Office Depot. That's good to know, you guys. PM agenda. I've never gotten into using that small of an agenda. That's the smallest size Louis Vuitton one, and that's too small for me. I like to have a lot of space, but if it works for you, that's awesome. They're so cute. Lots of questions about Fly Lady, which is my home organizing and cleaning guru. I love her. I will do an updated video on that because that is kind of a separate system that I have that keeps my home sparkling and it keeps me stress-free. Let's see what else. Another question about what to do when you burn out, and I guess I just kind of should add to my answer. It's so natural to burn out on everything in your life. Don't give yourself a hard time, first of all. Ride the wave, like it happens. The important thing is to like find a way to stay motivated and inspired and productive in the meantime while it naturally passes. So I think you can just perfect, romanticize, find a way to enjoy any aspect of your life. Like, I truly have done this with everything from my morning cup of coffee to my showers to my planning. Like, if there's anything in your life that you're feeling friction or resistance and you're like, I mean, this sounds awful, but I got to a point where I was like, showering is such a chore. Like, it takes so long, and then I have to moisturize, and I do all these steps, and it's like such a thing. So when I started to notice, like, okay, what's wrong with you? You're dreading showering. That's when I take a cue to analyze it. Just get curious, like I said, ask yourself, like, what am I hesitating about? So with like the showering thing, which is, I didn't know this is such a random example, but I realized like it just takes too long in the morning for me. I became a nighttime showerer. I'm gonna do a whole video on it because I have like, it's a thing now. Like I have candles, I have music, I have a shower stool, so I don't even have to stand up. Like I just kind of identified what was dragging for me and fixed it. And that's what you can do with planning. Like really think about like, why am I resisting this wonderful thing that is planning that we're all obsessed with? And then just like slowly correct these little problems and you will find you get through the burnout. So I hope that's helpful. I would love to go more into detail on that. Okay, wait, one last question. What pens and highlighters do you use? I feel like I show these every time, but just in case anybody hasn't seen it, I like to use erasable pens. So this is a friction pen, and it's so cute and pink. I found it on Etsy from a seller in Japan. So they're out there. Cute friction pens exist, but they're a little hard to find. And then I have this cute little Ariel case from Daiso, the dollar store. The highlighters I showed last time are Mildliner brand, which I like, but they're not quite my favorites. My favorites are these erasable highlighters by Friction again. They come in these really pretty pastel colors. I don't like a harsh highlight that like overpowers the words. So that's my favorite type of highlighter. And then these are really cute. This is my favorite pen. I love a felt tip pen. Just simple old school felt tip. This is actually from Sephora. I got it with my points and it's like one of my favorite pens. I wish I could find more of them. I also like these Staedtler pens. They're also felt tip. Very good. I think that covers all my favorites. So, okay, thank you for bearing with me through some of those questions. I'll try to get to more in my future planning videos. And for now, I'm going to switch the camera and I'm going to show you these other notebooks and stuff. Okay, so first couple things I just want to show you. I mentioned this before. This is a 5-year journal. So it has 5 entries for each date of the year, and you can write a little bit about what happened each day. I love using this each morning for my journaling, and I just want to show it because it's so pretty and pink and gold. It's off of Amazon, so I will put it there, but it's really cool because over the course of 5 years, you can kind of see your life play out. Good way to pick up journaling if you don't have the habit already. Then this is another journal I use that I wanted to show. It's just so pretty. It's like a baby pink, and it has very simple notes layout. I like a notebook that I can fold all the way back for writing in. And then I also like that it has these dates at the top. So every morning I just circle the month and the day, and I just kind of brain dump everything that's on my mind every morning as part of my journaling routine, and I really love it. And it just looks, you know, extra cute and matches all my stuff. And I added this pink velvet ribbon to use as a bookmark. So that is my journaling situation. And then let me just take you through this beauty. So I know I say this all the time, but I get so many questions. This is from Target, and there is a way to look up where it's in stock at a Target near you. It's an absolutely beautiful pink binder with little rose gold details. Somebody told me they found it at Office Depot, and you guys have been finding like a notepad cover that looks like this. So it's gorgeous, it's out there, but you can use this system in literally any binder. Like I said, you could scale it down and do it in a Louis Vuitton agenda or some other sized 3-ring binder if you want. Like I said, I love the simplicity of it being a full page. I just print and go. So here's my spread when you first open it up. It has been recently upgraded, thanks to you guys. So I have some decorative stuff. This is just a little tassel that came on a birthday gift that I thought was super cute, so I put it in here. I have this dashboard, which you guys saw in my last video. My friend Lisa got this in Tokyo, and I'm just so obsessed with it. I think I'm shaking the camera. Every time I open the binder, I love seeing a bunch of things that I love. And then can we all just obsess over these super cute clips that I got for my birthday again. These are from my friend Jennifer, and I love them so much. They're these little plastic decorative planner clips. Let me see if you can see them better. I just squealed over how cute these are. And I love having them on my first page, just like a little row of decorative stuff. And these little stick-it notes, really cute. The cutout XOXO and the castle. So this whole dashboard situation just makes me happy. I also have this bookmark, which looks like a diamond ring. I used to have it in my agenda. Some of you were very distressed that I took it out, but I'm always paranoid it's gonna fall out and I'm gonna lose it, because this is impossible to find, as some of you know who've been looking for it. It's from Barnes & Noble forever ago. So I have that on here and it's just really cute. Then the first page of this is my meal plan. So I'm currently doing a healthy eating at Trader Joe's meal plan. It's amazing. I want to talk about it more in upcoming videos because I'm obsessed. It makes my life so simple. I have all my meals and snacks planned out. They give you the meal plan, the shopping list, the recipes. There's like an accountability group on Facebook. It's awesome. And so every week I just type out my menu. Right now my menus are coming from that program, which makes it so ridiculously simple. And one of the questions I got was, do you think it's worth it to do food journaling? And the answer is, I always struggle with that. But I like to do kind of the opposite, which is food planning, and plan out my meals and snacks. Like I said, this couldn't be easier because it's already done for me. I have one of these on my refrigerator and one of these in my binder. And usually what I do is check it off as I go. And I don't know why I forgot to do that in here. I'm checking off the one on my fridge. But I get a lot of satisfaction out of keeping it checked off, because it's like a to-do list basically. This highlighter is awful. But that way I know like where I'm at in the week, and it's like, not that eating is on my to-do list, but it is satisfying to check it off. And that kind of motivates me to stick to the meal plan because I'm like working my way through it during the week. Simple but effective. Then I have my first section, which is my Miracle Morning section. I have a lot of coverage on this already. My vision board for the year, my goals, my affirmations, it's all written out in this section. Then my next section, I have my monthly calendar. So I just took out February and I'm gonna fill in March. Another question you all were asking is, what do I write in my agenda? I use Google Calendar for my main calendar because I can share it with Nate and everything. But in here, I just like to write places I physically have to be so I can see at a glance, like if this is gonna be a crazy week and there's just a ton of ink, meaning there's a ton of appointments and meetings and social outings. Or if I have a really open week, then I'm like, okay, so I'm not too booked. I can do some writing or, get some organization done or something like that. So I just use this as a visual to see what I have going on when. And even though it's my Google Calendar that I consult the most, I keep this here. Then I also have a 1-page. So this is what I love about this binder. Like, look how huge this is. I can fit a ton of stuff on this. My 2-page monthly spread, which will be used for appointments and meetings. Then I printed out a 1-page spread because I'm doing a fitness challenge in March, which is to run 1 mile every single day. I do this pretty much once a year in March, or I think I did it in May last year. But anyway, I just will check this off as I go. So tomorrow when I run my first mile, I'll put a check mark and I'll write the time that I ran it in, and then I'll track it over the course of the month and see how it's really satisfying because you see yourself get a little bit faster, a little bit better. But it's a small commitment that's not like too much that, you don't want to overwork yourself. But a lot of times if I head out for a 1 mile run, I'll go farther because it's like, you already have your running shoes on, you're already out there, you might as well just do it. So I will just use this page to track it. A lot of you guys were asking about fitness trackers. I have a video on doing more in-depth tracking, but for me, this is the simplest thing. I like to just see a page at a glance. I'll just know I ran a mile, ran a mile, ran a mile. If God forbid I miss a day, I'll see that it's blank, so I'll know. And that just makes tracking super simple. I think it's easy to overplan it. It becomes like a way of procrastinating because we're like, we can't start working out until we have the perfect fitness tracker. But I say, just make it simple. Print out a 1-page calendar. I got these on Etsy, and track it as you go. Just handwrite it in. Like, let's not overthink it because then that'll hold us back. All right, the next section is my daily. This is the section I use the most. Oh, and I'm excited to show you because I redesigned this free printable for you guys. I've had this, let's see, where's an older version? This is the older version. It's really simple. It has the day, the date, any appointments, which is where I write places I physically have to be or calls I have to be on, and then a to-do list and a notes. It's very simple. I gave it a little bit of an upgrade. First of all, there's some cute pink accents, so that's a win. And I made 2 columns of to-do lists. On my version, I went ahead and pre-wrote in some things I have to do every single workday. That's not on your version, but you could add it if you want, if you have tasks that are recurring. That way it just prints out, it's already on there. You don't have to write it on your to-do list every single day. And then there's another column, so I can write everything I need to do for the day. I just find this the simplest way to plan my days, and when I'm really overwhelmed, I write out the date on the top of like the whole week of pages, and I fill in my to-do list for each day. And then if something doesn't get done at the end of the day, I just move it to the next day's to-do list until I'm all the way through the week and I have everything done. So it's very simple. Again, I think we have to be careful not to over plan, because that can hold us back. One other thing I wanted to show you. This is a new insert I'm about to start using. I just read this book called Make Time, and it is really interesting. It's about just kind of finding more hours in your day, little tactics you can do to save time and be less distracted. A lot of you guys were asking for questions about that, so you might want to check out that book. I would recommend it. It wasn't like life-changing, but it was a good read. And this was a free insert that they provide, so I will print that below. But basically they encourage you to pick one highlight of the day, like one thing you're really looking forward to that's really going to be fulfilling, to focus on. And I struggle with that because I usually have like 15 fulfilling things I'm trying to do every day. But they say you should really just hone in on one thing per day. Then at the end of the day, you fill this out. Like, did I do it? Yes or no? Did I focus on it with like a laser-like focus? And to what extent? Did I have energy? To what extent? Things I tried and how they went, and then planning a little bit for tomorrow and having a little gratitude. So I thought this would be a nice like way to wrap up the day and kind of review. Like when I finish my to-do list for the day, I always fold it over. This is like such a middle school technique that I'm still obsessed with, and I find great satisfaction in folding this over, flipping it over onto the next day. So when I do that, I'll also fill out my little review sheet and get some ideas for how to be more productive, more focused, have more energy, and use the stuff I learned in that book. So this is kind of a cool little handout. And then I can move on to the next day's schedule and to-do list. The next section is my YouTube section. I just use this to track and plan upcoming videos. So I write down what the video will be and I check it off once it's done, and I plan ahead for what content I have for you guys. The next section is my writing clients. I don't show that because I do some ghostwriting and like some privacy stuff that I can't really get into, but I track all my clients, my projects, my deadlines in here. And then the last section is just plain old paper. And then in the way back, I have some fun things. This is the cutest Ziploc that Lisa like hooks me up. All of this stuff in here I got from her, it seems like. You can get this on Splash Mountain at Disney, but I never get there early enough to get a free Ziploc bag. But I just think this is so cute. Like the typography just makes me happy. So I hole punched it, and I have stickers and stamps and envelopes, like mailing supplies in here. And then look at this birthday card I got. Is this not so me in a birthday card form? This was from my sweet friend Amy, and I was just dying over this whole Zen face mask look. It's so me. And then when you open it, isn't that so soothing? So I wanted to have this in here because I play the song like 100 times in the day when I want to just calm down, and it's so cute. So I wasn't sure if I could like hole punch it and see if I can have it in my 3 rings that way. It's kind of thick, so I don't know if it'll work to hole punch it, but I definitely want to keep this in here because it's so cute. And then this last thing I have is a little Hello Kitty portfolio. It's just from a Japanese store in the mall, and I usually print out my budget for the month and keep it in there, and I have not printed out my March budget yet, so I need to do that. But that is it. That's my whole agenda, current situation, and I like to keep you guys posted, so now you know. All right, I think that's everything for today's planner video. Thank you for sending in your questions. If you're not on my Instagram, make sure you add me so you can contribute your questions next time. And thank you for looking through all of my planner goodies with me. I always have so much fun. I'm a huge planner nerd. So that's my goal, just to share with you and add a little peace and joy and productivity and inspiration and motivation to your life. So it's not too much to ask, right? Make sure you hit subscribe, come back. I have videos Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. We talk about planners, beauty, organization, life, everything. And thank you so much for watching. I will talk to you in the comments below, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.